The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
we are now about to witness the truth.
It's the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Yep. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Benjamin Dixon Show. I am your host, Benjamin Dixon. It is Tuesday, November 1st, 2016, and I am not broadcasting live, but you are getting it in the next 45 minutes. This will be up for you to consume at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So welcome to the Benjamin Dixon Show. I am, again, your host. A lot happening. Well, no, that's not true. Or maybe it is true. So the ongoing saga of Hillary Clinton's emails and Director Comey doing what he's doing. The investigation has the FBI has indicated that they are moving as quickly as they can to resolve this issue. However, it does not appear that this is going to be resolved by next Tuesday. What it does appear that it is the effects of this, regardless of the outcome, will be felt before Tuesday because the momentum that was behind Hillary Clinton has now waned, and the momentum seems to be swinging to Donald Trump. The question is it swinging hard enough for him to actually overcome the insane hurdle that he had to overcome, the deficit that he had facing Hillary Clinton? I doubt it very seriously, but time will tell. So just in terms of the context of the conversation, we know the facts of the story. This is, we talked about it yesterday, but I've been thinking about this thing all day long, particularly with how hard the DNC, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Donna Brazile, and all those other leaders worked to force Hillary Clinton down the throats of the Democratic Party. And everybody, and I don't agree with everyone who thinks that every single political calculation and step is an indication of treason and blasphemy and the ultimate form of corruption. I do think that clearly Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile engage in not only unethical behavior, I guess I can't say illegal because it was, it's not a matter of legality. It's just a matter of just doing things that are reprehensible. The reason I say this is because we have gotten lost in the flood of the Wikileaks, where we're looking at some things that are just gossip. We're looking at some things that are simply politics as usual, and we're getting caught up on that. And then there are these moments in the WikiLeaks that come out and show us exactly what we've been talking about. And it shows us how much the DNC actually was in the bag for Hillary Clinton. And then it shows us exactly how many rules they bent and broke to help Hillary Clinton win. Then you put it in context of the fact that the FBI is now doing whatever they're doing. Like it, love it, hate it. It would not exist if we were not running a candidate who was under investigation by the FBI. And the only reason we're running a candidate that is underneath an investigation by the FBI that won't go away, it's because the party people made it that way. They forced her down the throats of the Democratic Party. I said all that to say this. If Donald Trump manages to overcome the ridiculous deficit that he's under and manages to become the president of the United States, it is nobody's fault but the Democratic Party. Period. Donna Brazile, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the entire team Hillary, the entire MSNBC staff, everyone who was complicit, Jamil Smith, all the black journalists who were are implicated in the WikiLeaks, all the non-black journalists, all the white journalists, everyone who conspired and were complicit in this strategy to ramrod Hillary Clinton down the throats of the Democratic Party. You would be responsible for Donald Trump being president. And that has never been more clear than right now because of everything that has come out. I'm not particularly a fan of Wikileaks for other reasons. But I will say this about WikiLeaks. They have absolved Bernie Sanders supporters of any responsibility to President Donald Trump. And for that, WikiLeaks, you most certainly get an applause. Any responsibility whatsoever, whatever happens to Hillary, to the nation at this point, it only happens because we ran a candidate who cannot win. Let me rephrase that. She actually can win. She should win. I expect her to win. And when I say she should win, I mean the electoral map is in her favor. I expect her to win. But this Hail Mary that the FBI threw in the fourth quarter, man, is insane. It is. I disagree with the method in which they should have done this in July, right? They should have ended this in July. And Director Comey is not acting within precedent. So I am not in favor of his method, but it is what it is. It's out there now. And the polls are reflecting that the gap is closing. The only thing saving Hillary Clinton's butt right now is the fact that she has such a tremendous lead over Donald Trump. That's it. This is, can I say it again? Can I say it again? Yes, I can. I'm going to say it again. If Donald Trump becomes the president of the United States, it is only because of the Democratic Party. Period. It is not the fault of Bernie Sanders. It is not the fault of Bernie Bros. It is not the fault of the Green Party, who's only getting like 2% anyway. It's not the fault of people like me who are not going to toe the party line, right? It's not the fault of any of us, because what you needed for Hillary Clinton to slide on in was a candidate as repulsive as Donald Trump and an entire media machine complicit and co-conspiring with manipulating the results in the primaries. If you need all of that for a candidate to win, maybe, just maybe, you should not be running that candidate. So, I have my reasons for, and I'll just be straight. I said it before. There's no mystery around my beef with WikiLeaks. My beef with WikiLeaks is you should be sharing something. If you're going to share this indiscriminately, you should be sharing on every single party, because that shows me that you're not necessarily this, you're not an unbiased arbiter, right? You're not an unbiased player without an agenda. You have a very express agenda, and I guess it could be understood because Hillary Clinton wants to kill your leader. Okay, I can understand. You got an agenda. I got it. But I absolutely hate people and organizations. I don't care what side of the equation they fall on. I absolutely despise people who disguise what they're doing as unbiased journalism when their heart and their motivation is purely partisan. And WikiLeaks is purely partisan right now. They have not always been that way, but they have a horse in this race, and their horse may not be let's elect Donald Trump. Their horse is we have to stop Hillary Clinton. Well, then say that expressly. But my thing is, if you're doing real journalism, you're going to hit every single angle, every single side. That's me. You don't have to agree. You don't agree. If you don't agree with me, I guarantee you this, I'll call you on it right now. If they were doing this exact same thing, if they were exposing the Green Party emails and you saw how dirty the Green Party's inner workings and inner machinations really are, you would be pissed with WikiLeaks. right? So, don't come at me because you're like, oh, they're doing a good service. They're only doing a good service in most of your eyes because they're doing something going against a person that you don't like and a person that you don't want to be president. So that's why you see it that way. But if they released the same exact type of information, because I guarantee you there are some bad communiques between every political party and their operatives. If they did that, you would not look so fondly on WikiLeaks. I look at WikiLeaks and I just say, you're really dropping the ball from a journalistic perspective because you should be pursuing something. I don't even see them. I haven't even seen them solicit anything on Donald Trump. And everybody's like, oh, well, it's okay because everybody is doing that. No. I don't want somebody else to do my job. My job is to bring the truth, find the truth, and deliver the truth no matter where it hits. And that's my beef with WikiLeaks. Now, all that being said, they have done a great service to the Bernie Sanders supporters and the people who knew something was wrong all along. And they have washed our hands 100% clear and free. This, if Donald Trump, and I don't expect him to win. Right? The data just doesn't reflect that. He has too big of a hurdle to overcome. I do not expect him to win. However, if he does, I will say thank you, WikiLeaks, because you have shown America that it is nobody's fault but the Democratic Party and the Democratic operatives who twisted every single arm, contorted into every position, manipulated every single identity, played every underhanded game, even to the extent of sharing debate questions in order to help Hillary Clinton win. So thank you, WikiLeaks. All right. In other news, do I even have other news that matters? I'm not going to do a full show tonight, folks. I can't do a full show tonight. I'm running on Red Bull, and I'm reminded of a Bible scripture that says man cannot live by Red Bull alone, but by getting some sleep, damn it. So I got to get out of here and go get some sleep. So I'm doing an abbreviated show, but I wanted to give you something because that was on I'm going to be honest with you. That's the only thing I've been thinking about all day. I have some other stories here that I want to talk about, particularly Assad. I may want to venture over into a conversation about Syria, but it's just been staggering. Donna Brazile has done herself such a disservice in order to try to help Queen Hillary that even NPR, as bland as NPR tries to be, as status quo, like Donna Brazile is perfect for the NPR world, right? Even NPR had to call her out. So you've done something tragically wrong when NPR actually has to call you out. And it's a level of absurdity that it's a level of gall, like an unmitigated gall. And then she had the nerve. Okay, I'm gonna leave her alone. I got her enough yesterday, but I'm really disappointed in Donna Brazile, more so by the aftermath. I get it. I get it. Right? You try to help your people out. Tulsi Gabbard, I believe that's her name, right? She was the vice chair. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard wanted to help Bernie Sanders out. You know what she did? She resigned from her position. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was not going to resign. Donna Brazile was not going to recuse herself from her circle of influence in order to help Hillary Clinton. Matter of fact, she was in a position where she was clear and free to say whatever the hell she wanted to say. Before she took over as the interim DNC chairwoman, she was a free agent to go and say whatever she wanted to on CNN. But she had to go one above and start giving away answers to easy questions. But I get it. You want to help your people out, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, it's at some point, I don't know. It's like people who get around the Clintons have no ability no concept of self-preservation. And ironically, we talked about it yesterday. It seems like Neera Tanden is the only one in her circle who has the sense of self-preservation, where she's going to put in emails things that she probably really believes, but she also is not. I haven't seen her really. I'm trying to think about all the emails I read from her. Like, I really don't know of anything that she said that is so nefarious or so, like, she actually called Hillary Clinton out in some emails, versus everyone else bending themselves into, contorting themselves into all ungodly positions in order to help Hillary Clinton. Man, so I don't know. It's just, it throws, I'm thrown off by that because people have destroyed their careers. Like Donna Brazile, she'll probably be fine. She'll probably be a lobbyist. She's going to be fine financially. But in terms of her being a national figure, political spokesperson, CNN commentator, I think she's really destroyed that, all to help Hillary Clinton. And you know what? Ultimately, I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because they try to play us for a fool during the primaries. And, ultimately, it has come back to bite them in the ass. And ultimately, we could, depending on what the FBI says between now and Tuesday, we could be faced with a President Donald Trump. Now, let me flip the other side of the conversation, because, I will argue both sides. I don't care. I'm going to piss people off no matter what. So whatever. Get ready to be pissed off. Donald Trump may not be a racist, but he is number one amongst racists. Racists and white supremacists and white nationalists love some Donald Trump. There's a paper called The Crusader. It is the official paper of the Ku Klux Klan, and they have come out and officially endorsed Donald Trump with a headline saying, "Let's make America great again." This is the official paper of the KKK. And I know people are like, well, Ben, there's nothing he can do to change the fact. There's nothing he could do about somebody who wants to endorse them. Yes, there is. It's called not holding or espousing positions that are favorable and that are endearing to white supremacists. So the idea, I've already told you, if I'm going to fight somebody, I'd rather fight against Hillary Clinton. I do not want to fight the next 4 years against Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump will be great for ratings, right? Because every day, I promise you, I will wake up, start my show, and call him President Piece of Shit, because he is worth less than the feces that I walked through, the dog excrement that I walked through accidentally earlier today. He is nothing. He is nobody. He is the scum of the earth. He is an uber wealthy, white privileged, spoiled, sexual deviant piece of shit. So ratings will be out the roof for the next 4 years if Donald Trump became president. However, I am not remotely interested in seeing Donald Trump become president of the United States, because he is beyond problematic in every way that you think Hillary Clinton is problematic. He is equally as problematic. Plus, he carries the baggage of white supremacy, white nationalism, clear as day with this endorsement from the Crusader. So, what about Senator Byrd? He was a racist. He was a member of the KKK. Yeah, he denounced them. He denounced it, asked for forgiveness, started partnering with black groups to try to make penance for his sins, quote unquote sins. Like, there is a difference. Let's not be intentionally obtuse, right? There is a difference between actively getting support from the living, breathing, active KKK today and Hillary Clinton hugging a man who was formerly a part of the KKK and renounced the KKK. Don't come to me with that. Don't come to me with that. There's a difference, and it is. Stop lying to yourself. There's a difference. And a lot of people who, I know there's some of my followers who are black people are like, oh, the Democrats are just as racist. They probably are. But you know what? They are not embracing and not endearing to the very worst in our society. And I'm sorry, say what you want. There is an element in our society that Donald Trump foments to the top, causes to foment to the top of our society, that are people that I will physically have to slap the shit out of if they say too much. Seriously, these are the type of people and it's not who we think in terms of what the media portrays, poor white people. These are well-to-do white people who think that racism is just a fun and game thing, right? They just think it's a way for them to troll. This is all laughs. This is all shits and giggles to them, right? They get no benefit out of deporting millions of undocumented or illegal immigrants because they actually need the labor of their labor. They need that cheap labor for their businesses, right? So I don't want this to be misconstrued in the minds of the people listening. I am under no misconception about the type of people who support Donald Trump. It's not the poor, not just poor white people. It's very well-to-do white people that make a game and a mockery out of the struggle that African Americans and other minority groups have suffered throughout American history. Just wanted to be clear on that. That it's not who the media wants us to point to. But back to the point is there a difference? I don't care. I don't care. I will talk about the Democrats in the context of the Democrats. But right now I'm talking about the Republicans in the context of the Republicans and Donald Trump in the context of the people who support Donald Trump. The people who support Donald Trump are the open, flagrant, don't give a damn about their racism. And it's all fun and games to us because we make more money than you and you're just a poor black person. Ha, ha, ha. That's the type of person who supports Donald Trump. And he's getting the support of the Klan, full-throated support of the Klan. Don't try to compare. There are plenty of things that we can line up about the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton that are a problem. Let's go down the list, right? They're not serious about any fracking. In fact, they're going to probably expand fracking. They're not serious about Wall Street reform. They're fully embracing Wall Street by getting financial contributions from Wall Street. They're not serious about ending trickle-down economics. They're only serious about trying to mitigate some of the excesses, right? They're not going to reverse the economic paradigm. They're going to try to soften the blow of the economic paradigm. They're not serious about ending any war because they're fully complicit with the military-industrial complex. I've got a litany of problems with the Democratic Party. But one of the problems that I see that distinguishes them from the Republican Party right now is that the Republican Party is the party of the KKK right now, today, especially because of Donald Trump. And the Republican Party is complicit with the military-industrial complex. They're not only going to embrace Reaganomics and trickle-down economics, but they're going to blow it out the waters. Forget about mitigating the excesses. They're going to expand on it because they think it's a great idea. And they love fracking. They want to do everything they can to expand our quote-unquote energy independence at the expense of the environment. So everything that we line up, that we have a problem with the Democratic Party, it is equal in the Republican Party. Okay. Just want to make sure that we're clear on that. All right. Now, still doesn't change the fact of what I said before. Going right back. It's a roller coaster ride. And I'm hocked up on Red Bull. I'm sure you could tell. I'm wired, but I'm sleepy at the same time. I haven't had any rest in about 2 days. It still comes full circle that we would not even have to worry about somebody like Donald Trump had we had a candidate who was not under federal investigation, had we had a candidate who was not, just universally disliked. If we had it's ultimately, to me, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are two of the same people. Particularly in the way they are viewed by the electorate. They're the most unpopular people that we have ever seen run for president. They are two of the most easily beat candidates we have ever seen, but neither one of them are strong enough to just beat the other one outright. Not outside of the context of their problems, right? you once you take their problems, you take this FBI investigation in context of this race, Hillary Clinton is losing momentum. And I fully expect her to win based on the numbers. But damn it, why should we even have to worry about a Donald Trump? Seriously, why is this even a question? I think the bottom line is this the best America can do? It signifies the failing of the duopoly. It's the failing of and whatever. We'll talk about the third party, fourth party. It signifies a failing from the elite class. It signifies just a complete how bankrupt our system really is, that we have been given two people, Donald J. Trump and Hillary Clinton, two people who are so unpopular they can't beat each other. And to think we could have had Bernie Sanders, but I digress. All right, so last but not least, I want to move on to some international news, but I just can't help but think that we're in this home stretch and we're here. This is where we are. This is what it's come down to. We've not had one October surprise. Each candidate has had multiple October surprises. Like, I don't think we could safely say now that there has never been an election like this. And I hope that we never have another election like this. And everyone is involved. Everyone has some responsibility to this. When I say everyone, I mean everyone in power, every component of our system. The media is so complicit in the creation of Donald Trump. And they're now so complicit and have been so complicit in trying to do their part and be the good partisan that they are to help Hillary Clinton. And here we are at the point where we could be faced with a President Donald Trump. And you know what? I have to circle back one last time and say thank you, WikiLeaks. Thank you. Because I knew it. I think you listening, I think you knew it. But now, if this goes down in the worst way possible, if this goes down and it's Donald Trump wins, the data doesn't bear it out. So, Democrats chill out. The data says that Hillary Clinton is still going to win in a landslide. All right. However, crazier things have happened. If crazier things do happen, WikiLeaks has done us a favor and shown to the rest of America, people who were not paying attention, because like I said, you and I, we knew this, but people who were not paying attention now know how complicit this media infrastructure and political infrastructure, how complicit they are in running a candidate so problematic that she stands a chance at losing against somebody like Donald Trump. It's got nothing to do with me and my little broadcast. People, somebody came to my timeline or to my channel and said, "Oh, he's working hard to help Donald." I don't give a shit about Donald Trump. Donald Trump can kiss my black ass today. He can kiss my black ass on Inauguration Day, right? Somebody said, "Oh, you're trying to help Hillary." Nobody. I'm not helping anybody. I'm just talking the truth as I find it. And the truth that I have found has been so nauseating that all we could do is wash our hands and go vote for whoever we're going to vote for, and I'll see what happens. All right, folks, that's all I've got. I've got plenty of other news, but I'm on fumes. I'm going to go ahead and call it, get out of here, and say good night to you. Thank you for being a part of the Benjamin Dixon Show family. We will be back tomorrow night, the correct time, live and on air. Forgive me for being a little crunk tonight. Crunk. When's the last time you heard crunk? But anyway, some interesting news. We are coming. We're going to do a show together. when I say we, me, Anoa Chunga, and Brandon Sutton, we are introducing Politics and Grits. We've been talking about it. We're going to do it. Politics and Grits. We'll get back to you when the debut is coming up really soon. It's going to be an audio only podcast, and we are going to talk politics, talk shit, and listen to good music. So you really want to join up for that, because you're going to get the same great analysis, but without the pretense of trying to be so rigid. We're just going to let our hair down or let our hair out and just say whatever the hell comes to mind. Politics and Grits. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter, politics and Grits. We'll see you next time.
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog, join the Progressive Army, and support The Benjamin Dixon Show. It's Ben Dixon! If you like this episode, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Consider becoming a patron.